It's a roaming ramble. We had almost a foot of sand, and it's pretty much gone. And tomorrow the weather is trying to push into the high 50s and 60s, but we're going to have rain. Rain is supposed to start sometime late this afternoon, early this evening, and just keep going. There is a severe snowstorm north of here, and the only thing that's bringing like 40 centimeters of snow. And the only thing they can really tell us is if it starts out as rain in your area, it'll continue as rain. If it starts out as snow, it will continue as snow. And that's about what they're saying. But for here, they're saying probably will be rain as of this point. But we'll see. Kind of like a little surprise for the end of the day, I suppose you could say. I mean, it does look fairly bright out there right now, but it is sincerely overcast. Darker, heavier clouds have been moving in all day long. Even the sunrise was kind of muted because of the cloud cover. And, yeah. Either way, we are truly not out there walking. We do want to keep bringing you stuff, and in the coming weeks, it's spring is truly here. I mean, even the snow can't stick. So even in Canada, where we could get, I've seen snow after Mother's Day. So it can be cold and snow into the month of May. So, but we didn't even have winter, so to speak of. This weekend, we got the most snow that we've seen all winter, and the most cold weather. It went to minus 16, and that was the coldest it got since the winter of last year. So there's that, and yeah, I hope everybody's doing good, and even with the upsetting news that we heard this morning when we woke up about the Key Bridge in Maryland. Hopefully those rescue attempts go well. It really is harsh how that cargo ship lost power. Not once did it lose power as it was taking off from the port, but smoke where they were trying to regain control of that cargo vessel. They even put out their anchors, which by no means would have stopped it, but you could see the ship leaning to one side from where they had put the anchors out. And it did indeed kind of slow it down. But then there were some personal people were there taking pictures, and you could see the splash when it hit the pylon for the bridge, and the bridge just went right down. Now, a lot of people are talking about those ships don't move without tugs, but that ship was already moved to the point where the tugs had gone off a while before. And the ship just suddenly lost power for what seemed like maybe 40 or 50 seconds, maybe a minute. And then it came back on, then it lost it again, and then it came back on, and suddenly started seeing the black smoke pouring where they figure they had put the engines in reverse to try to back off on their forward momentum. But all that did was to twist the ship and push it out of the channel more. Yeah. Their hopes of slowing the ship down with that just kind of twisted the whole thing in the wrong direction. Really was a bunch of unfortunate events all at the same time. And yeah, so there were no tugs because it was already far enough out of port where the tugs weren't. They had already pulled off and out of the way. Back and everything went silent for quite a time. I didn't time it. Somebody actually had some footage of it. They were showing on YouTube. I guess there was more on TikTok about it than on YouTube, but I seen it on YouTube. Somebody had the footage of the ship and how it suddenly lost power, then regained power, then lost power, and you could see the ship list. We seen them heave the anchors out, and though they had no hope of stopping the ship, it had too much forward momentum. You could see the black smoke pouring out, which was an indication of an engine trouble. Everybody suspects, but you don't know that they had put the engines in reverse, trying to slow down the momentum. But it could have been some other kind of mechanical malfunction with the engine as well. And though it is a possibility, it's not known if while the power was out, they had lost control of the steering of the vessel either. Though it appeared as if that were the case. What was fortunate is that there was a construction crew on the bridge doing some concrete work, and they're pretty sure most of the traffic was stopped before the accident because they were able to send out an advanced Mayday signal that they were having issues, and the traffic was stopped at both ends of the bridge before the pylon was hit. So far as they know, there was only 8 unaccounted for. They had found one who went to the hospital and one who was found and didn't have to go to the hospital. And they were still looking for 6 others. There were they did notice cars in the river, but they did not know if those cars had been in the river or if they had fallen off of the bridge or where they came from at the last I looked. And that was just a little while ago. But yeah, that was a sad event. Sad news this morning. And hopefully it'll all turn out good as it can. Yeah. And there's little to no loss of life. We haven't heard anything yet. And they're still in rescue mode. They still haven't moved into any recovery mode, so everybody thinks there is still hope of one kind or another. And it's always a possibility. I mean, a big possibility that there's those guys that are still unaccounted for are in contact at the moment. All kinds of possibilities. Anyway, we're hoping to be able to get out. Probably won't be today, but we're hoping to get the vlogs going again either today or, if not tomorrow because of rain, the next day, sometime before the weekend. Get our walking vlogs going again. We may not walk very far. In the beginning, we have just been staying in a small neighborhood section and just going through discussing, everyday events as we walk and other possibilities that have been going on for construction of the new subdivisions and whatnot around us that have been waiting for a while now. And just on a side note, we're still not seeing any construction equipment in the area that's open to us to visibly see for the subdivision. But up the street, there is some heavy-duty equipment, including a large crane that we can see towering way up in the sky out in some of those back lots that would be connected to this area. So it is a possibility there's something beginning, or it could just be that there's watching for the announcements of the local events, the free local events. Not seeing a whole lot. I do know there's an air show happening in a short time, but it's not close enough for me to get to at this moment. I haven't discussed any possibilities of being able to get there, but it's probably not a free event. Either way, you need tickets to see that. But if it is possible for me to get to the air show, I'll try to bring my stuff and do a vlog from there. In the very near future, I hope to be able to figure out how to get some more walks in a little further away from home, maybe a small, even if it's just a short downtown vlog up and down Main Street and downtown and whatnot. Man, there's a plane up there, just can't get a picture of it, but it's up there. There it is, you can see it now. It's kind of banked really funny and making that turn. We live, like really close to an airport, so seeing planes around here occasionally circling, and it's a military base to boot, so seeing the Canadian Air Force up there doing practices and stuff, that's not unusual either. But sometimes they do some really strange stuff up there, makes you wonder. Hope y'all got a chance to check out my vlog with my Magic the Gathering. Checked out those new game and game updates and seasonal release updates that we put out there, and that you enjoy that. And I hope you guys will definitely like and subscribe and follow. It's a free way to support, and so why not? It doesn't cost you anything. You can drop a comment, give a like, turn on those notifications, and subscribe. Know that when we're going to drop a video, when we go live, keep trying to put as much stuff into the into the community posts as I can to keep you up to date on what we're doing. We do have some time before I start seeing, I know for a fact, we're going to have some time before I start seeing a lot of local events, the parade, one or two, and then when school is finished, everything starts happening, one thing after another, including Canada Day and celebrations and food, international food events, and the Rock Fest, which is not a free event, but we might be able to get into that as well. I don't know what the plans are or what our finances look like here. I haven't had those discussions yet, but we talked about it last year, so it's definitely not out of the question. It's one of those things that could happen. Rockfest is an interesting indoor-outdoor live music festival that they have pretty much every year. We talked about it last year, and then they ended up canceling the festival because they couldn't get enough acts, and they just figured it wouldn't be worth their time and effort to put the money into the event without the artist, all the artists that they thought was necessary to make it a success. I mean, bands were still coming out of COVID, and they were just getting used to going back and playing in venues with live crowds and stuff like that, and things were kind of busy. So, but you get an idea, you see where that was headed. I'm fine there. How you doing? And, yeah, always fine. Only we are here. Well, I'll have to take your word for it. I don't know. I don't trust, even if I know I see more numbers than that, I don't trust YouTube's counter no matter what. It's never forward. It's always late. But at some point there was at least 6 other people here. So I see. I don't exactly know what you're talking about, but I see a lot of chat kind of can see it. My old eyes can't see too good. Nah, I don't know what you guys are talking about, but you're making ripples in the channel anyway, and the numbers are picking up. I love these vertical lives because they get through the short speed. They go through the short speed, and people scroll by, and I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know who they are. They don't know who they are. Hi, and welcome to you all. Glad you could stop by. I hope you'll subscribe. I hope you'll follow. Turn on notifications. Check out our vlogs. You might find it's something you like. It's not for everybody, but some people do. Anyway, I just wanted to do a quick live. Let everybody know I was still alive, and we haven't had any uploads because the weather, one day it's spring, one day it's winter, one day it's spring, just driving us nuts. We were all sick for a week, and then we had winter back for the last 10 days, and hopefully it's finally starting to come around and it's going to get warm again. That's what we're hoping for, and we're hoping to get the vlog started again. But either way, we're going to end this for now. We want to thank you for joining us. Give us a subscribe. Thanks for bringing the group, and we hope to see you again. Bye-bye.